Good evening, Final Fantasy Randomizer fans. Welcome to Speed Gaming and welcome to the Week 4 Spring Tournament Swiss rounds of flags. We have Sky Week this week. We have a race between GregglyPuff and saltyphry. I'm Thunderclaw and I'm joined in the booth with Edgeworth here. How are you doing today, Edge?
Oh, I'm doing pretty okay. I wasn't expecting to see a double black belt match, but I think this is gonna make this even more of an interesting race than it already was going to be.
Yeah, I would imagine this is going to be a pretty kind of laid-back match at first. Kind of just run through the seed and then find a tile, sit around for a while, and then we're going. But with the sky incentive, black belt can be kind of hard to get to that canoe that might be up in the sky. What are you kind of hoping to see these runners run into for the first level of Magic? Do you want to see an easy seed for these guys?
I want to see some instant death. Nothing too hard, but nothing too easy. No, they'll give
I'm kind of hoping to
but
see.
No rub.
Yeah, no AOE death, like a rub and a brack maybe. Maybe even I'd be okay with Quad X. That's fine. Make them suffer a little bit for their choices. But the runners have been released, and they should be going on screen any second now as soon as we get caught up on our read stream. Got L Markin tracking in the background today too, so if you notice anything wrong with the trackers chat, make sure you yell at L Markin.
So yeah, I'm kind of surprised at the double black white. Normally when I'm running black belt, I like to do red black, like Salty's exact party. Might pay off
because I feel like not having a red mate, I don't know. I kind of like it, but I think the run chance is still a little iffy with the two black mages. Oh, we got a reroll already.
Yeah, Greg is just immediately going for. Wait, double black belt? Nope, red mage. Yep.
Triple reds?
Double red mage?
Oh, no.
Wait, fighter?
No.
Greg. Alright, 3 nukes.
Alright. That makes sense to me. I've been playing around with some of these flags, and we've all seen Ikben Maya do the 4 nuke strats, and you know, I've kind of tested myself, and it works pretty reliably, unfortunately. So 3 nukes might work too.
Well, especially when you have life dew at level 1 as well.
Oh my gosh, that's insane. So, yeah, going to get. Oh no, not getting levels, just going. That makes sense to me. I was like, why are these guys getting levels? They have 6 nukes.
Well, I mean, if you take 2 steps and get an encounter, yeah, I can see it. But, yeah, I have to wonder at this point, seeing just the level 1 magic, if our tracker is currently curled up in the fetal position.
Heal helmet might be a source of gold.
Confirmed.
Ooh. So yeah, and a dragon sword for that thief. Nice for saltyphry.
Yeah. The best thief weapon that's not the Masmian.
Oh no, Garland with the sleep. Fortunately, doesn't take out the ones that matter.
Yeah, mage is chugging coffee in the back row, they're fine.
That must be from McDonald's, huh? Oh god. We have an early floater also.
No, I mean, it's fine, just put the canoe in the sky, right? Or in sea, loose on Kraken's head.
Sky would be pretty fun though. That ruby turns into chiming cube. No save items in Canaria. Oh well.
It's fine. You're just going to provoke anyway. Oh no, Greg. Is Greg on keyboard strats?
Oh no. No.
Greg might be on keyboard strats. This feels kind of bad.
Yeah, he had some technical difficulties before the race and had to go to a different computer to play, and not sure if he's got his controller over there too.
He's got 3 nukes, all he needs.
Why do I have a strong feeling that we're going to get a canoe from Bick?
I don't know. Maybe Crystal in the canoe?
Just do all the inner sea turn-ins by boat. That leads to a key that has a loose thing that we need.
Salty checking out to make sure that the thieves' hideout wasn't hiding any reinforcements. No, 9 pirates is all you got.
This houses Provoca are kind of what the heck. Like, why? Why just an open frame door?
Like, they were probably all rowdy and kicked the door in at some point. Just, it's not a priority. I'm not gonna replace that.
Well, yeah. Inanimate, so there's step 1 of all inner sea turn-ins by boat.
I mean, I think that was purposeful on Greg's side. All of his characters are screaming.
Oh, those tents. Pro rings were like 4K or something cheap, so that was pretty good. Ooh, God. I would be, right now, I would be going 4 reds. I would go nuke and fade all the way.
Is it too late to reroll?
Oh my gosh, do you even have fast to back up a melee if you decide to take one?
Fasted 21 black belt. Let's go.
I need to stop rolling these seeds. I keep giving the jet easy seed.
Well, it's not over until we get a ribbon on the Lifecaster.
Well,
There's
we are
still
going
plenty.
to Dwarf Cave. We got 2 boxes there.
There's still plenty of awful that could be on the table. Hey, Salty saving enough money for a couple pro rings. Get out of here, heal helmet.
We don't need buckets where we're going.
Alright, and then Greg just sells the heal helmet but doesn't buy any pro rings. Gotta get magic first.
Man, like all the good magic right there. You got your life at level 1, you got nuke, you got fade at level 2 and invis 2. You got fast.
Poor keyboard, Greg.
Salty gonna do the crystal, well, the 3 boxes of Matoyas real quick on the way.
Still looking for Canal, so I totally get it.
Eh, decent haul for early game.
A sword for the red mage.
And it's a red sword.
How appropriate.
So Greg's just gonna go right over to that adamant turn-in. I probably would do the same. I don't think I need any more early game checks before necessarily having to do them.
I mean, if this turns out to be Canoe, you save a bunch of time too. Or canal just happens to be loose in there.
Oh, well, there it is.
Okay,
Turn it out, Ruby. We
Here,
found
have
a
this rod.
Well, things seem to be shaping up pretty well so far.
Oh, poor Greg.
Oh no!
Oh, poor Greg, because he didn't save. Let's gotta go do all that again.
And Fry is on his boat and getting out of the intercontinent with a floater and a ruby in 9 minutes.
Oh god, keyboard Greg in Ice Cave. He might do that last.
Alright, so now we got 3 good checks to do here with Crescent Lake and these 2. High odds of canoe, right?
Yep, a little bit.
Oh, Greg didn't hit the confirm save on that tent. Reset early.
Oops.
I wish we had camera Greg right now. Level 5 warp in slot 1, also something that the red mages can make use of. And exit! Good. Get out of here. Greg's party definitely benefits from not being even considering party promotion right now. I mean, Temper would be the only thing we haven't seen that he would even want, I think. Minus a couple heal spells.
Alright, going straight down.
It's like, yep, Fry makes it first. Oh, good. More necessary things to beat the game early.
Hooray, that's blocking loose items, probably.
That's what I always think too when I get an early key. I'm like, key lock has loose, probably, right?
Or at least a ribbon, please, and then there's nothing.
Yeah, then you get trolled. Alright, Sarda, what do you got? Crown. So we're gonna have to go back and turn that in the long way.
It's cool though, you got a key so you can check the back room too.
Which, what are you thinking? Iron Golems, 3 eyes? What do you think's gonna pop up in there?
I would say 2 sharks.
2 sharks. Double fighter tile, maybe, just for Greggly. And Fry definitely making better use of this encounter table and his save items. Greg getting a little slowed down here. Looks like Fry's gonna detour to check the Dwarf key lock first. Maybe even Temple of Fiends. Oh, he doesn't know. He still doesn't. Then, Greg gets out with his crown, saves before taking too many steps because he's learned his lesson this seed. Inside a key lock box, we have a bucket, potion, gold, glove, big gold, little gold, hot shield, and a nice stick. Alright.
Ooh, a hot plate.
A hot plate. So, yeah, I mean, more money. So he's going to Elfland, which our runners haven't been at, and he's definitely got money to buy magic there.
Yeah, that's always the tricky part. Like, do I do some fundraising before going out on the open sea? And not with the key. No, we're good now.
Exactly.
I can sell all those power staffs and mid-range swords. We're all set.
Alright, here's where the ribbons lie, right?
If by ribbon you mean cloth.
Oh, just a whole bunch of meh things. See, being asked how much Greg will be penalized for having frame speed up key bound and being used. I would have to leave it up to the tournament staff, honestly. Not sure what call on that is, but seeing how it was definitely accidental, and I don't think it gained him anything really, probably wouldn't penalize him this race under the circumstances that he had to go under to get a different rig going because he had issues with his original rig. Greggly checking the tiles in Earth Cave finds an undead pack. Just gonna get through this to see what's on the other side for the other tiles, though. Cure 4 and Life.
Cure 4 and Life, huh?
So the 4 Red Mage Dream is this seed.
That's a big cube.
Yeah, and that's a uh-oh find right there.
Some dirt cheap houses too. Hey, brewing, nice.
So, yeah. What do you think about a chime coming out of Crescent Lake? I think it needs to happen.
Yeah, probably.
Man, look at that gold bracelet. I'm so done. I'm playing the seed after these guys are done.
40-minute router relish seed. I mean, we're all laughing and joking about this until it's like double nuke Tiamat too.
Yeah. All fiends rolling Mike on the high end of the scale. I do know that I think Greggly's working with tournament staff right now to figure out how to get around this issue with his keybind, maybe. Here we go, checking the Northwest Castle and the Crown turn-in.
Check Keylock Marsh.
Don't wish that evil upon us. Oxia, oh my gosh. We're a time away from go mode? Really? Oh, we need a loot. Okay, good. 2 things.
Loose loot.
Loose loot right now. Alright, tile time. Ooh, you could throw nukes at that. They could throw fire too at you, though.
Wait, vanilla? What?
No, not these man cats. Alright, healed up. What's the other tile? Ooh, mud goals and sorcerers? That's something you can get some levels on early. Ooh, they're kind of tanky mud goals though. And the sorcerers. Yeah, I don't blame him. I would be taking a couple of these, at least depleting my charges here. Greg's kind of meandering that way too to turn in his crown. See if he decides to do some key lock checks and things beforehand, or if he's just going for it. He's just gonna go. So it could be a slight time save here compared to how saltyphry did it. We baned a sorcerer. Just want to let you guys know that that's pretty hard to do. And is that probably gonna be the last one saltyphry does? 'Cause I think he's out of nukes.
I mean, if he's got a couple fades left, it might be good to try. But
He says that's enough for now, at least.
I mean, level 10 is pretty nice. That's a real nice tile to find early on when you have strong AoE.
Sure. Honestly, with the level 1 and 2 magic, not sure I would bother picking up any of that black magic. I might hit Zap, even though I hate the spell and would never use it. Greg's gonna find the holy grail of white magic at level 4 here.
Poison creeps. Alright. No,
Poison creeps are rude.
Yeah, this is just such a gross seed, magic-wise.
Yeah, no kidding.
I mean, just let the fighter fade his way through Temple of Fiends. He doesn't even need this.
I mean, you had the easy Vorpal sword in Earth 1 also if you decide to do those checks. So it's not even like you have to hunt deep for a sword.
Yeah, that's true. Fast and Vorpal plus whatever nukes you have left.
Alright, here's the time of truth. Are we gonna get a chime or are we gonna get a canoe?
No, we're gonna get an herb.
Of course, we have all those things. Crystal and TNT. Greg says, oh, I wish I would have checked this before going shopping. We know there's not going to be an item shop because we found a cube in Elfland. Pretty pricey. I think it was like 45,000.
Yeah, it's definitely a good chunk, so... But you should have enough money. If you didn't have it beforehand, you should have it after taking out some Sorcerer Mug goals.
Absolutely.
Is that some post-promotion heal 3? And a Brack?
There it is. Alright. Old men, give us... Oh, good! It's the chime! We have to go the sky.
The best part is, it's not even necessarily that we have to go to the sky.
It
What if
could
it's just
be
on Earth
loose.
3? Just go all the way up the sky for a Thor Hammer. I mean, it's 100% the play, but man, it doesn't feel good necessarily.
It'd feel real good though if it was a loot up there.
Yeah, picking the no promotion party. Alright, we're good.
But yeah, we have sea and all of Earth open, and we haven't set foot in Marsh either. There's a lot of boxes that could be loose something. Greg gets the worst encounter you could get with this tile.
Empty calories.
Slightly not as worse. Meanwhile, Fry is just kind of zooming, doing his turn-ins, going to do all the things. He go in the sky. Does he have the cube? I don't remember if I saw him stop by and buy it after going back to Elfland. He does have cube, so he is definitely going up to the top here.
Yeah, he had enough money even before his trip to Estos for it.
I like him taking a couple fights and then running out, maybe getting some more charges just to make the rest of the climb more guaranteed to get through. Because you are going to be leaning on your mages here.
Yeah, I don't mind it either, but I think you could get a fair amount of the levels just taking fights on floor 1 instead.
Well, here's what I'm thinking. I think he bought Warp on his Black Mage. I think he wants to have... He should have enough charges by now to warp out of level 1 and 2, and then House. Which might be a good play. It'd be something I would probably do, to be honest, with my levels being kind of iffy going for a full clear sky. But
Yeah, more
I think
warp charge is definitely useful, because maybe you don't want a full clear.
he could be fine either way. 15 and 2 levels of big nuking magic on the red mage should be fine.
You're fine either way, because Brack's going to hit the first time, right?
Exactly, it always does. Or the 17th time, I don't know.
that's only hypes with Bane. We're good.
Sun Sword. There you go, best red mage swinging sword other than Mazza.
Alright, Float Sword.
Oh, we got 3 warp charges, nice. So yeah, if he wants to do less than greater than and warp out and just save the goods that he gets, wouldn't be a bad call.
Is there anything else of note down there, or not really?
No, it was just the Sun Sword, really.
Uh-oh, hot dogs with paralysis.
What do they put in those things?
That's the one that's been on the rollers at 7-Eleven for like 4 months.
Gosh, I hate the blue dragon fights. They're just always so chunky.
And they're not that much better, like, experience-wise than any of the other dragons who roll significantly less health. But at least they don't have first turn thunder like vanilla.
You know, that's pretty rough when you're going through in vanilla and you don't have preparations for your gear.
I should have done C first.
Just kind of blowing through his nuke charges, which makes me think even more that he's probably going to warp out in the house after checking this room.
Yeah, that makes a whole lot of sense. And then, yeah, just use all the charges to. Oh, this is ugly. Yeah, fire 3 then.
Of course, we have a sweeper that can handle this.
Well, I mean, in fairness, Thief White Mage could have handled this too.
Oh man, Thief White Mage is fun. So far, only gold. Getting all these sweet, sweet EXP encounters.
You got a question in chat, is Greggly okay? Greggly is on an unfamiliar setup right now, so he's probably doing keyboard strats since, yeah, he had some technical issues earlier.
There's your shark encounter.
Yeah!
Only gold in Temple of Fiends key locked. Bust.
Oh, so Salty's got exit too,
Oh yeah.
but no ribbon yet.
Oh, so kind of... That was like a very bad less than greater than haul. This is all gold and like a pure potion.
Yeah, that was definitely less than.
Right now we go up and we kind of use our charges judiciously to make sure we can get to the top full clearing if we want to. Which I would imagine, unless he finds the loot, he's probably going to want a full clear.
You just go up to that chest first, see what you find.
With warp, honestly, maybe? I don't know.
I guess there's enough good stuff that you'd still like to find yet. Ribbon.
Clear, yeah, ribbon for sure.
was gonna start listing off fighter gear, and I'm like, wait a minute.
We already got a flame shield for the ninja if we promote. Saltyphry never got the Vorpal because he didn't do Earth 1, so I think the best thing he's got to swing on the ninja would be a Sun Sword right now. Oh, look at that! Are you kidding me?
Oh, what do you know?
This game.
This would have been like such a dream double red, double fighter seat.
No kidding. It's like this seed is. I don't even know what to say about it anymore. It just keeps providing. There you go. Nice, solid rock golem fight.
Alright. Meanwhile, Greg, does Greg have cube money? Probably.
At this point, I would imagine he's done all of his key locks.
Yeah, that's looking pretty good.
He'll be able to finish off his gold bracelet purchases, I'm sure, too.
Oh, look at how much that heal staff sells for. Why can't that happen in my seat?
No, don't you know those for like 7,000 gold, usually?
Oh, gold bracelets for everyone. Yeah.
Saltyphry is just gonna drink up all the EXP he gets on these fights along the way. I like that use of Fire 3.
Chip damage. I mean, you're not going to see too many Meduses once you get off this floor, so...
True.
You are going to see Whiz Vamps, but you're probably going to just want to run from them anyway.
Yeah, Whiz Vamps would be the only other thing you might throw Fire 3 out. Oh, I guess Metal Slime's on the bridge.
Yeah, Metal Slimes. As long as they don't have Death Touch.
Oh yeah, you watched that last night too?
Yeah, I played it. I played that seed, man. I finished.
Oh.
I started 30 minutes behind everybody and finished ahead of everyone.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, I watched Crab Cakes run it with Thief White Mage, and she got crit through Max Ruse like twice and died on Metal Slime fights and got death touched another time.
It was the world's worst Thief White Mage seed.
Oh yeah, it was not pretty. Yeah, that black belt's getting punchy. Gonna be able to actually attribute damage here. Thief's like, I can throw my hands in the air too.
Yeah. Just give him the dragon sword. Come on.
There's that canoe. Look at this. Maybe I'll warp back and check him. I mean, you're kind of in a situation where you kind of feel good about maybe gambling on not needing loose right now. I don't know if I would make that gamble in Sky though. Have to walk way back up here to check these at the end if you need to find a second loose. I'm sure. Well, I was gonna say we're gonna pull out a Mazmoon in Sky, but how about just all the promotion night gear that you want for the night you don't have? Our Hydra's another juicy encounter to kill. Oh, Zeus Glove. Oh, there's a ribbon. We're good now. So yeah, saltyphry. Still gonna leave that red mage up in the front. Kind of helps mitigate the damage that the black belt could take. Avoid the black belt from dying. Just put the life caster in a vulnerable position though.
Yeah, black belt's pretty squishy though, so I can see why you do.
Definitely, I don't hate it. Alright, bless RNG time if you want to see saltyphry run into war mech. Ooh, we got blue stake.
Oh, if Greggly can manipulate that, he might be sitting there for the next 10 minutes.
And he said it wasn't worth it after throwing it in the microwave twice.
It's too tough.
I mean, it doesn't have any cutlery.
Yeah, I mean, I guess that's true. You can't expect a Vorpal to cut a steak.
He can tenderize it all he wants, though. Oh no, we lost our black belt. All that good EXP. Wait, that's right, we have all the life match. Oh, we only have one life spell left. Let's only hope we have to raise up one more person. That being the thief or a body. We made it. Evasion stack time, yep. So 1 stack of evasion. Oh, we might get 2 stacks of evasion.
Oh, the luxury. The early boss spell lists tend to not be so scary, so evasion is pretty good.
Bane and Brack. Oh, we did get 2 stacks out of him. Oh look, just like that, Brack hits first time.
Hey, 25% of the time, it works every time.
Aaron, we got our first orb lit on saltyphry's side at the 42-minute mark. Also rocking out of Mirage in Sky with his canoe. Already got the floater from the Royals, so you can bet that's where he's going next, is get his airship.
Yeah, and he's fine as long as the second loose isn't in that main sword chest.
Yeah, he did orphan that. He orphaned the right side of Sky 2 also. So, I mean, probably isn't there, right? What's the old phrase people say? What are the odds of both loose being in the same dungeon?
What could possibly go wrong? I don't think we found any of the items yet, so pretty good odds that Salty's not going to need the second loot.
That's what I was kind of thinking earlier, is you can kind of gamble safely at this point. Maybe that you don't need a second loose item. We got a lot of incentive checks and only, what, 1 key item to find now?
Pretty much.
And we have air access, so slab and bottle, when we run into it, is going to be a thing we can do. got warp, so if I was saltyphry, I would just warp trick out of Ice Cave real quick. Come back later if I have to. He will have ordeals and waterfall as other incentive checks to do. And that's it though. I mean, we got our shop item. We checked our incentive dungeon of the week. We already did Sarda because of early Ruby. Oh hey, Wraiths have Blaze. Good thing we picked up a ribbon.
Quick, block it with the hot plate.
Ooh, the lobster pack. Good thing we got the first strike on this. Time to take some free XP. Oh my gosh. Not even a fetch!
Nope, here you go.
Free C, dude. Go mode with one orb lit at 40, just under 45 minutes. Crazy. That ribbon was in the greed chest on Sky 3, so it's like, even if you're just go moding and trying to go as fast as you can, get the free ribbon along the way. Saltyphry does feel like checking all this stuff over here. There's the katana. So if he's leaning on that thief, there it is. Pretty good tile for EXP right here, though. Yeah, it looks like Saltyphry is going to take a few of these Zombie D and Wiz Vamps. Thief is down. See if he... I think he's going to put his eggs in the black belt basket. That ambush kind of hurts though.
Probably a good move. I would rather have the HP total of the black belt than the thief.
Yeah, and honestly, that black belt's getting real close to just being able to take this tile by himself, but then you have to kind of walk out, which can be a little scary. Especially, I don't think he's found any item magic. He might just take most of his party up here to 32.
Yeah, I was thinking you could always two-man it.
As far as I remember, I think this is the best tile we really saw so far anyways.
Yeah. Did we check anything in Earth?
Yeah, Greggly checked and there was nothing really that stood out as a good grind tile. I remember seeing an undead pack. I can't remember what was behind it, but it was like an instant reset. And I didn't see what he saw in the Earth tiles, but I don't think it was anything that jogged my memory for a good grind, so... Yikes. Definitely not the character you want plopping down. And looks like Greg's party level's not quite as high. I'm trying to figure out, maybe when he takes another fight or two, I'll see what levels he's at. But saltyphry is already approaching the high 20s. Won't be too much longer before he hits a 32 black belt. And that, in my opinion, is probably good enough to go when you're going with a full party.
Well, not only that, the magic is really favorable too. You've got access to fast and then 3 nukes, so it's looking pretty good.
Yeah, nuke can add up a lot of damage in one round when you have 3 characters or 2 characters throwing it out. Looks like he's going to get the rest of his levels along the way somewhere. I don't hate it. I think it's a good call. Greg is going to go back and double check these. Ones that saltyphry never did. We know it won't put them in go mode.
So does this mean that second loose is all of the remaining fetch quest stuff that we have to do?
Well, we have waterfall and ordeals. That could be some fetches too. But yeah, I mean, all the fetches are out there. Not required, except for the 1 crown that we did in the adamant. It's not a tile. Alright, so on the boxes that saltyphry left behind, looks like nothing really ever he wanted, just some junk and an opal armor. Or frosties. Kind of the lowest EXP yielding dragons out there, I think. Kind of surprised Salty's still looking at boxes, but you did get to check a tile there at the same time. Greggly on the Bridge of Destiny. We'll see if he runs into our buddy Warmech or not. Plus RNG's going in chat. Greggly makes it all the way up to the door in just 3 encounters. Like saltyphry purposely going to step on this frosty tile to just chunk out some more EXP that is right there available for him. Might not want to grind it in one spot, but it doesn't hurt to take it when you run across it once. Greggly also throwing out some Banes now. Not successful that round. I'm gonna throw out more Bane. Still not hitting it. That's, what, 6 Banes, I think, that haven't hit? Doesn't have a lot left. We're kind of running low on our hopes and prayers here. There we go, got the Poison Smoke. 7 Banes is all it takes.
It's about 1 in 7, right?
Yeah, odds add up. Terry. See if we can get her down in one round. More than likely, I think it's going to happen. Big nuke. And a little bitty punch, and she goes down. saltyphry with 2 orbs lit and in go mode at 54 minutes, just shy of 54 minutes. Greggly gets his first orb also around this time. And he's on his way to get his airship. We'll see if he does the ice call to go in there and get the loot. I'm Greggly, and I'm in the mind of Greggly. With all the little hiccups he's had with his new rig and all the missteps he takes and things right now, he probably feels behind. And if he does do Ice Cave, he'll probably just warp and exit out and not worry about checking the rest of what's down there.
Yeah, I'd say that's a smart call for Greggly to make at this point if he wants to have any hope of catching back.
Oh, Edgeworth, your voice changed.
It did.
That is actually the voice of Ale Markin in chat. Edgeworth kind of having some internet issues in and out here.
So I'm a little interested to see why saltyphry is making this ordeal style. I'm not sure if he's hoping for maybe a second ribbon, if he's hoping for a masa, maybe he's looking for the power bonk to be either loose there or in the incentive chest. I'm curious to see what his thoughts are after the race.
He might just kind of forgotten that he got go mode so fast. That can happen sometimes when you go into go mode so quickly and you have a lot of things still left to check.
Yeah, that is a good point too. So,
But he does need levels still if he wants to try to hit 32. So it might be like a light, inefficient, maybe walking grind through ordeals. And maybe some checks for some ribbons and, like you said, power bonk or opal bracelet or something. But if Greggly does Ice Cave, which after picking up that warp and exit, might be the play. No, he's gonna do waterfall, it looks like.
yeah, I think it's ordeals at this point.
Ordeals, yeah. Unfortunate that Greggly's not going to get to this go mode as fast as saltyphry, but he is doing dungeons that saltyphry is also doing. Greggly nopes out of those unrunnable hydras twice now.
Yeah, they keep showing up for some reason. Right when he hits the desert, they pop. Incredible Medusas on saltyphry's side. That's just going to be a little bit of a time waste with something like.
Yeah, I mean, they're okay EXP, but not what you want at this point in the game.
Yeah, I think the worst thing to see is some kind of Medusa tile like that that's unrunnable, and they just have like annoying skills like, oh, we're going to throw out heal 2, and there's 6. Question from chat. Correct. Yeah, Greg has not gone to Ice Cave just yet, so he doesn't have the loot. So he's still hoping that it's maybe somewhere that his opponent has it gone. We just unfortunately know that's not.
And saltyphry is all the way through the preliminary. He's going to give us the look at what's in the treasure boxes and incentive location. Ray gets the bad news that Wraith's Blaze. That might scare him off from going to Ice Cave even more now. Oh, an image of thunder. Wow. That's pretty nasty, not gonna lie.
Yeah, I'm thinking you're right on that call. I think he's going to delay that Ice Cave dive even further now, knowing he only has one ribbon, and he's got to deal with packs of those things.
Doesn't look like we got another ribbon up here in Ordeals. We did find our fetch item, the crystal. Ooh, nacho tile, not too bad if you're going solo. And they're pretty weak. So this crystal gives us kind of a big tell if saltyphry's looking for one of the incentive items or if he's looking for ribbons. If he goes to turn it in, he's wanting one of the incentive items.
And that's exactly where he's going.
So what is it that he feels he needs? More than likely the Power Bonk is what I think he would want to see, but the Opal Cheerio is definitely something that can help out in this situation of going 32 or less black belt.
Yeah, because if you throw a Pro Ring, that Opal Bracelet, and the ribbon on your black belt, he's pretty much got the same equivalent armor and absorb and evasion and all that good stuff as, I believe it's a 43 black belt if they're unarmored or unequipped with everything.
Correct. The 43 absorb black belt has the same as all that. So will Salty do Waterfall? If he does, then it wasn't the Opal Bracelet he cares about.
I'm betting he will. I think he really wants that bonk.
It's not the worst play because we haven't found Temper.
Correct. And yeah, I think the only place that we haven't seen the magic in at this point are level 7 and 8. Which he does have the tail he could promote and he could buy it. He just isn't going to have a lot of charges on his Black Wizard at the point where he is going into Topher. So
Yeah. Even though I think his Black Mage is already up to like 27 or so. That would give him a few charges if it lands in level 7 magic. But at level 8, that would only be like 2 charges, I think.
yeah, I think he's just banking on the fact that even though during the spring tourney so far, we've seen a lot of pretty paper Tophers. I think he's banking on the fact that maybe there's 1 or 2 with some absorb, and he would like that, that Saber Gauntlet.
He just noped out Golden Waterfall after opening his inventory. I think he didn't know he was go mode. Unless this is a heal pot fill, which would be odd for Waterfall. Greg checks the space between all the boxes. Yeah, I think it was a situation that saltyphry was just going so fast that he didn't know he hit go mode when.
Yeah, that's looking likely. Especially just Beeline's Kraken at this point. He's not going to care about any other loose items, and once he kills Kraken, as soon as he heads south, that's exactly what the...
Yeah, Greg was going to go up to Waterfall, but he might be diverting to Ice Cave, which is a good call. Yep. He's going to be able to warp and exit out of this and save some time, maybe, if he doesn't end up going full exploration mode. Oh, look, another Thundercast in the Ice Cave. Wizards.
Well, at least we can safely assume that Salty's never going to see that unless he sees it down in Earth Cave.
Yeah, because both images and wizards show up in Earth Cave. Yep, Salty getting the EXP fights he wants now. He's keeping up his thief this whole time, which I get for running, but you're really hurting the siphoning of the XP into the black belt at this point.
Yeah, when you're high 20s on everybody, I think at this point it's a good call just to start kind of letting people die off and funnel those last few levels into your black belt. Especially you want it before Topher, I feel.
Yeah, the closer you can get to 32 before entering Topher, the better, because if you do wipe after taking some fights to get 32 in Topher, then you have to take all those fights again on your next dive, or the dive after that. It just adds up to be this big time waste.
Yeah, and of the last 2 dungeons Saltyphry has to do, this is the dungeon to try and get a couple levels in, because Earth Cave isn't going to be a lot of any kind of high XP fights.
Unfortunately, I mentioned this earlier, but we really haven't seen, especially Greggly, hasn't seen great grind tiles yet. So he's kind of in a hard place right now as far as getting that black belt grind going.
Yeah, and I feel like once he finds loot here in this ice incentivized chest, he's just going to warp out and leave. I don't think he's going to dig further like Saltyphry did. So he'll probably miss it on that Wiz Vamp zombie.
Maybe. I don't know. Part of me thinks he could check the tiles just because of what I said, like he doesn't know yet. A good tile. We'll see though. Yeah, he's gonna check these tiles, I think. Oh no, he's gonna take the quick check over here at least. Nope, that's not grind tile. While saltyphry is en route right now, getting close to Kraken. And there's the C-Pack that we saw, saltyphry check. Trolls and bowls, nothing you want to grind on either.
Kraken 1 getting pulled on saltyphry's side.
Full nuke strats.
I like it. You've got the means to do it. I think his only his black mage has Brack, not in a lot of charges.
Oh, there's a Kraken hit. Shoot, 11 hits, 706. But he graces us with fire too. Looks like this Kraken didn't roll down on his HP. But not exceptionally high, so it goes down to about 1100 damage, I think that was.
Yeah, looks like just a hair over vanilla.
Greg doing all the checks that we saw saltyphry do for a tile. Doesn't go to Armory though. So that tells me Greg's totally cool in accepting the fact that one ribbon's enough here. saltyphry though gets 3 orbs laid. He's got 1 more dungeon, Earth Cave. He hasn't seen the nastiness of the Thunders, but with the ribbon on his high-level red mage, even if he runs across it, I don't think he's gonna have issues getting through here.
Yep, and now we're gonna get a second look at these Hollow Giant tiles as well.
I do remember the Undead pack on the first ones, but I don't remember what was behind it. Oh, Mux.
Great, finding that frosty tile there on the Agama floor, so now he knows what tile was down in Volcano Armory, so saved him a fair bit of steps.
Yep, and I think saltyphry's going to do a similar time save check by going into that one room before the vampire to check the earth tile.
Yep, and then I believe that was shadows on what is the Agma tile too?
Yeah, that was Agma tile.
Yeah, Ava's Fry did check that tile on his way down as well, so he kind of got the news there. And Greg throwing the Hail Mary, hoping for a good red D tile, it looks like.
Yeah. Also saying, I don't care if you backline me. Oh. That's not what you want to grind on usually. Yeah. I missed if saltyphry checked the earth tile on his way by that room. Kind of watching Greg's screen. The images that have thunder. Looks like saltyphry is going to forego checking any more tiles in Earth Cave. Oh my. He says, enough with the bats. I'm going up.
And the bat says, no, you're not.
And then he gets bat blocked up there too.
And Greg just showing Carry One total disrespect here.
And that's all it took, is a little disrespect, and Carrie goes down.
I like it.
So Greg down, 2 orbs. saltyphry about to get his 4th. Greg is kind of panicking at this point. Like, where's the tiles? Where's the tile? So yeah, I think he's gonna do Earth Cave next, just to check the bottom of Earth for tiles, because he knows what the top Earth tiles are.
Yeah, and I don't dislike this play either, because finding those tiles down on Earth 4, it's a lot safer if you do decide to do a solo grind to get out of Earth 4 and kill Lich and get out than it is to try and do a grind on, like, say, the Sharknado floor and still make it out solo and have to kill crap.
Yeah. Now, Thunder images are an issue, but he'll probably be able to move the Opal and the Ribbon onto the Black Belt if he sets up a grind for solo. And saltyphry is parked outside of the Temple of Fiends. He's gonna burn off some heal. No, he's gonna just use a House of Heals are in the right place, and he enters Temple of Fiends Revisited in 1 hour, 9 minutes, 25 seconds for the first time. What do you think about his chances here, Ale? His black belt's not quite 32 yet, getting close. Or 31.
I mean, I think his chances are pretty decent. The only thing I may have considered doing, because we did find that katana earlier, and his thief is the same level as a black belt, I may have ran up there and done a quick promotion just to give the thief a katana, just so you have 2 swings.
That's what I was thinking too. I was, like, if you're taking a thief that high level and you get a katana and you have a black belt that's not 32, might as well just put the promotion on.
Yeah, because even if you do get a couple levels, you know, diving your way through Topher, I don't think the loss of MDef between the unpromoted and promoted black belts really anything to offset that gain of the katana swinging thief alongside your.
Yeah, I think we're gonna see the power of early nuke, early fade. Carry this Topher a bit.
And people questioning in chat why the thief is unarmed. I'm pretty sure Fry hasn't seen any swords that the thief can equip, or if he has, I don't think he's been bothered to go and equip.
He's definitely seen the dragon and the coral sword in Sky.
Our 2 oozes giving Greggly the business. I don't think saltyphry saw that when he was diving through her.
I was wondering what this tile was gonna be. The Tyro grind, maybe, huh? I mean, you only need a couple levels. This is the last tile you're gonna see that's grind worthy.
Yeah, they just feel like really beefy Tyros, though, so. Well, maybe not.
They're not terrible. Just some puny gold in the validations.
And he did hit 30 on that black belt, so I bet he's banking on the fact that he'll get 2 more levels between now and Chaos.
Yep. And here's the dilemma with Greggly, where he's at in this race right now, is he's not in any better level situation than saltyphry is. He really doesn't have an advantage on what saltyphry is doing right now. If saltyphry wipes deep in Topher, GregglyPuff might not even be ready for Topher still. He's got to do Sea Shrine, and his levels are definitely not going to be ready.
Yeah, I think the only thing going for Greggly right now is he's got those 3 casters. You know, he's got that extra nuke caster because that's going to put out more damage than that unarmed thief is going to do on saltyphry. I think that's going to be, if anything, that'll be his saving grace for this run.
Oh man, that tile's a bust too. It's got one more to check in here.
And I'm trying to think back, aside from maybe tiles down in Marsh Cave, I think that's the only place we haven't seen that, and that's decent.
Decent. You're definitely not going to want to solo it with no item magic, but definitely a decent one. Oh, never mind.
Yeah, we take it back.
Gurmadeuces with crack. Let's see if saltyphry runs into some of that down here in Temple of Fiends Revisited.
Yeah, we'll find out in just a second. He's only a few steps away from the Earth floor.
Got a good run. A real good run. Not a single encounter on Lich's floor.
I mean, knowing what we know, that's the floor you want to have that run on, so. Question in chat. I believe saltyphry has 1, if not 2 ribbons at the moment, and GregglyPuff has just the 1 that we've seen.
That was kind of insane that he got a whole floor of Temple of Fiends done with no encounter on the most dangerous that we've seen so far.
Yeah, because I'm thinking back to when saltyphry was doing Sea Shrine. I don't think we really saw a whole lot of anything out of any of the monsters down there, skill or spell-wise. And then even within Sky Castle or Sky Palace, I don't think we had anything really disastrous either that'll show up on the wind floor here, so.
Yeah, no, I don't remember anything in both dungeons now. I don't think we actually saw what waters could do, so that might be a thing. But other than that, I don't see too much in the rest of the Topher being a danger.
True. If we do have an unrunnable fight, I think that'll be saltyphry's kind of greatest roadblock to victory at this moment. Because anything unrunnable, he's going to have to rely on nukes and phase to get through. And that's what these giant Agma fights are doing to him.
Yep, but he is getting exceptionally close to having a 32 black belt now with all these unrunnables.
Thinking you miss it. Bye-bye Lich 1, so Greggly's got his Earth Orb lit.
Haven't seen the waterfall tile. I know we haven't seen all the Sea Shrine tiles. So, I doubt Greggly goes out of his way enough to go to waterfall to check a tile, but he'll definitely peek at some of the Sea Shrine, I think.
Ooh, Carry 2 coming out with that big hit on the black belt in the second slot right off.
Big hit it back from the black belt. There she
And bye,
goes.
Carry.
So we got 2 more Fiends and Chaos left on saltyphry's side.
Yep, and looks like Greggly's skipping waterfall for now. Doesn't want to bank on just 1 spike tile when he's got 3 or 4 to check here. And
I think it's a good call. I don't think you go there even if you need a tile.
yeah, I agree, especially if you're doing that solo grind. Having to walk all the way there and all the way out is going to just waste even more time.
Yeah, saltyphry is going through a lot of magic charges, though, going through Temple of Fiends just on the regular encounters.
And it looks like his red's got 4 charges left of both 1 and 2, so black mage is only 3 of them. So he's still got 11 charges of the 2 split between 2 mages, but all it takes is for Kraken 2 to say, hey, goodbye red, or good night red mage, and there goes over half of his.
Okay. I was scared he put his life caster in the second slot. Then he moved them back. Alright, he's gonna go through nukes and just kind of try to murder the Kraken before it murders us. Uh-oh.
Ooh.
Kraken punches hard. See if he's got the HP to back it up. Absolutely not.
Wow.
This has definitely turned out to be a paper Topher so far. Remember what I said about 4 red mages?
Mm-hmm. Well, we don't know exactly how hard that Kraken 2 is going to punch, because that wasn't a completely naked thief. So.
I think you can assume that much damage on a naked person is still going to hurt an armored
Oh,
person
absolutely.
pretty hard.
I just don't think you would have seen a second hit for that same amount. Ooh, Greggly finding a white shirt.
Oh. Gershark tile. Maybe Gershark Big Eyes. Or it's Gershark. Could be Gershark Wizzahag too.
Not worth his time, whatever it is. Salty's taking on Tia 2 on the right-hand side. Still going full offensive strat. Can't blame him. The only Invis 2 caster he has is that Red Mage.
Doesn't get the best turnover with the fast, but you know, it's fine so far. He doesn't have the ribbon on the Red Mage, just realized that.
Yeah, he swapped it over to the Black Belt right before, I believe it was the Kraken 2 fight.
Ooh, Tia can punch pretty hard too. High absorb, but low HP. Can't wait to
I
run
feel like
this
we're
back.
just on repeat at this point.
I can't wait to run this back with 4 Red Mages after this verse. Ooh, airs have lots of HP. 392 nuke didn't take down that one. There.
I mean, I don't hate the call to take this fight because I feel like the airs are going to do a lot more damage to you than you'll get out before you even try to run if you did try to run in this situation.
He's not 32 yet either. This should get it to, I think he's 31. Oh, stop hitting that one. Uh-oh.
Uh-oh, living dangerously.
Living very dangerously. Well, let's pray turn orders on our side. Oh, not getting 32 today.
Yeah, at least the Red Mage has life charges on that 4th spell slot, so...
I was gonna say, assuming he doesn't get punched to oblivion. Well, he tried to get 32. It was just a little reckless, I would say. And then he used up the last of his heal pots just about to finish healing up here.
Yeah, and I missed how many of that 2nd level spell charges he had on that Red Mage. That's the only thing he has for Invis 2 at the moment.
This could be a dicey chaos, not having a 32 black belt and not having much magic left.
Yeah, and just that one Invis.
Oh, and punches right away on the black belt. Alright, so not high evade. We're landing 6 hits, 6 damage. Means high absorb.
We don't have temper, we don't have a power bonk. We're gonna have to do some bless RNGs for some crit.
Go for chip. Yep, got bless for some crits. We have no backup magic on the Red Mage right now. Just Bane. We might have overspent some resources. Let's see how Chaos is though. He could have just about 900 HP or something. Oh no, Swirl comes out. Oh no, big damage on the black belt. We don't want that. It's like our biggest damage dealer right now. Got one more chip of Fire 3. And he'll pot up that black belt as much as we can. Black belt punches again. 8 hits, 342. Chaos punches back. Gets Black Mage down to double digits. Meanwhile, Greggly finishes his last orb. If saltyphry wipes here, both runners could be neck and neck minus the levels. Oh no, crack! Oh, it got the red. That's fine. The red didn't have much to do. 7 hits, 180 from the black belt. Gonna put more heal potions. We got our last heal potions going out right here. No more healing. 7 hits, 209. We still could have a paper chaos. This could be done. Any punch here. 5 hits, 127. Oh no, we're down to double digits on our black belt. Chaos is thrown. Oh, poison out. Oh, it rolls high enough through the ribbon to kill the black belt. We're down to 3 hits, 3 down, and we reset. I think it's fine to reset and go back here. You know you can hit 32 along the way. And,
yeah, and you've
maybe
pretty
manage
much
your
scattered out all the
resources.
fiends too, so...
Manage your resources a little better. Greg,
He's gonna
though...
go promote for that katana.
Yeah, there you go. I like this. Greg, though, lower level, going in, not going to care about grinding on the first floor of the earth floor, it looks like. I'll be curious to see if he thinks the Tyro grind is worth taking some fights with. So here's the problem though, saltyphry. It was what I was saying before. Saltyphry took tons of fights and tons of levels going through Temple of Fiends and lost all of it to Chaos. It's a long dive. Greggly might be making the same long dive to getting some levels along the way.
I don't think Greggly's going to even bank on it. I think his game plan for every Fiend is going to be fight, nuke, nuke, nuke.
We saw that Chaos isn't the paperiest paper. Now, I don't think we got more than about 1,500 damage into him. Probably not even that much. But he didn't drop. So he could be a high roll Chaos with HP.
True. The only thing I hate about Greg's play right now is he didn't restock on the heal pots before coming in.
You know what I love, though? He's got a white shirt.
Exactly.
And that Chaos was punchy.
Yep, and then we just saw on saltyphry's side of things that Temper is level 8.
I honestly think Greg can make this happen if he doesn't hit as many unrunnables and things like that. Manages his resources well. It's not definitely guaranteed, but I think he could take it with this setup he's got going right now. Alright, saltyphry says, I'm ready to work for real this time. I got my ninja and my katana.
Yeah, I like his chances here. Because he's going to be doing the same kind of game plan that he did last time, except he knows he doesn't have to go any kind of defense. Like, I don't think any of the Fiends really rolled high HP anywhere until Chaos. But his greatest threat is just losing, like, maybe one of his casters on the way down.
Yeah, he knows that these Germanuses in here have crack. Saltyphry hasn't seen that, and I don't know if Saltyphry is going to be on the same encounter table as last time to get that huge run and miss every encounter in the earth floor. Yeah, these unrunnables just depleting your resources along the way.
At least for Greg, he does have that third spellcaster. So that does give him, 9-ish more levels of charge, depending on what spells he breaks out.
Yeah, it's definitely a bonus, but he doesn't have the levels as high to have the charges in slots 1 and 2 that saltyphry does.
True. Question in chat, does saltyphry get nuke on his ninja? No, he just promoted after his Topher wipe. Went to check level 8 magic, bought Temper, and routed right back to Temple of Fiends, because he's not going to have any levels.
And we're begging for Greggly to use the stop spell instead of... It does work on mud goals, they don't resist time. Gonna have to make use of those Cure 4s because he came in here ill-prepared with his heal potions. Try to warp Lich. Lich says, oh, you're gonna try to fire 3 me? I got that too. Alright, saltyphry is on the floor of danger here, and time waste.
Yeah, he didn't, unfortunately, get that same run as last time. But we kind of anticipated that going in, so... Greggly threw Lich 2. But he has 24 potions left to his name.
Yeah, he's gonna have to lean on those life 2s for a little bit if he can, which is gonna eat up some of his charges. Yep, Greg, bad news. You only have to fire 3 otherwise, so you have to throw more nuke out.
It's hard to tell exactly what level Greg's black belt is, given that they're all named the same.
Yeah, I want to say he's around 24, 25 right now.
422 hit takes out Lich 2 on saltyphry's screen.
Alright, fade, nuke, nuke, punch. See if it all holds out for one turn. Nope, didn't roll high enough. Stuck in his item menu. There you go. I'll be interested to see if Greggly decides to play Kraken 2 offensively or turtles a bit with the Invis 2s and the white shirt.
I've got to imagine he's got to go full offense. Not having 32 on that black belt, he knows he's not going to be doing a lot of damage with it, and he's just got to rely on getting.
Yeah. Greggly's black belt's definitely lower level than saltyphry's, but as far as number of hits going out, it's the same. Saltyphry never hit 32 before Chaos, so Greggly doing the same amount of hits per turn. Gonna rely on crits on Chaos, which is what matters. It's got high absorb. Oh yeah, we're going full offense. This should work in his favor a bit. Oof, that's not good. Oh man, come on Nukes, don't do this to Greg. Oh
And that
no,
was
carry
a
Nukes
nuker.
back.
Oh wow, something we haven't seen in free carry fight.
Alright, Greg's through Kraken 2. He's got life 2, he's good.
Yep, and Saltyfry just made his way through carry 2.
Greg's gonna conserve the life and cure 4, instead use life 2s. Don't hate it, I kinda do. Alright, we know Tia also was low HP, so hopefully one round of nuking is gonna get her down. Saltyfry's going through the sea floor. Looks like he's hitting that hero run. Alright, Tia doesn't go down in turn 1, but turn 2, yeah.
There we go.
So Greg's got to be breathing a fresh air, sigh of relief right now because he's getting all the way to Chaos. Now he knows that he's going to be in trouble. He's got a turtle. He's going to see the punches from Chaos. He's got to know to get Invis up.
Yeah, the only thing he's got going for him right now is that white shirt because he's out of Invis 2 cast on that red mage.
Not yet, Greg. Don't do it yet. You're going to get an encounter. Thankfully, he doesn't get punished for using the Cure 4.
Yeah, all Greg can do right now is hope for get his white shirt cast out quick enough and then get some high rolls on those nukes.
Is he gonna move a ribbon? How's he gonna set this up? Honestly, I say put the white shirt on the black belt, put him in the 3rd or 4th slot with the red mage. Have him use it. But with that non-elemental swirl coming out first, and then poison damage coming out soon too, I think crack first. Probably not good for Greg. Saltyfry gets through Kraken again. About to get the Tia 2. Greg's going full-blown nukes rolls, and look at these terrible rolls he's getting.
There's a nice little crit from the black.
Got a fast buddy. There you go.
Saltyfry fixing to take Tia 2.
Oh boy. Well, Crack got the black belt. I would fast the red mage at this point and start getting white shirt casts up. There's another nuke out. That poison damage.
Down to that hero red mage.
What you're gonna do is gonna throw his last nuke out. Nope, not enough. Greg, you have a white shirt. Not on that character though.
Saltyphry healing up about a pull chaos.
Fire 3. No, he's going to throw Banes out.
Hey, we've seen it work before.
We haven't seen it happen this tournament yet. Uh-oh. We're down to 12 HP. We got to get that Cure 4 out on turn order here. Not throwing the Cure 4 out. What is Greg doing? Alright, so yeah, it looks like Saltyphry is going to give us a second round here.
Yeah, immediately throwing out the buff up strats on that black belt, making use of that temper that he went and picked up after.
Oh, he's got 2 fasted swingers right now, which is going to help him out. He's tempering up the black belt for sure. Crack comes out, misses everyone again. Black belt hits 6 hits, 542. Ooh, 7 hits, 267. Seeing some damage now. Nuke 141. Punch for 7 hits, 414. Fade 133. 7 hits, 246. Holy moly. This chaos is chunky. He's looking good. Throws a nuke out. 396 high roll takes out Chaos. Saltyphry finishes in first place with a SRL time of... Oops. Lost it. Hold on. 1 hour, 35 minutes, 10 seconds. GG Saltyphry. And then Greggly has forfeit the race. So good tries on GregglyPuff's side.
Yeah, the fact that he was able to come out and even see Chaos when he was at 1.2.5 dungeons behind is still really a testament to his skill level with this game. Just a little unfortunate for really both our runners that Chaos rolled where he did.
Yeah, that Chaos rolled fairly decent on HP. It wasn't like super high, but high enough to go in with a low-level black belt being your main source of damage not working out. And the skill list was very unpleasant at the same time.
Yeah, at least we knew, unless Chaos had something in his pocket, like, some kind of spell, all he did was punch and use skill. So at least that was nice for Saltyphry's second.
For sure.
So we're working on getting Saltyphry in here. Greggly has declined an interview. Saltyphry. GG, sir.
GG.
Thank you.
So Saltyphry, how do you feel about this seed starting out with the floater and then all the things that came after it?
Yeah, in general, this start to this seed was pretty sweet, I gotta say. I mean, the level 1 nuke's obviously about as good as you can hope for. The level 2 fade is a nice compliment to that. The floater right off the bat is nice, but then you kind of dragged on a little bit there trying to find that canoe up at the top of sky, although, when it's air weak, you kind of expect something like that to happen. So it wasn't the worst thing ever, that's for sure.
Yeah, it was pretty exceptional with the magic and then the routing. I have to ask, though, after you got the loot out of Ice Cave, you went over toward Deals, then you almost went to Waterfall. I kind of assumed, did that mean you didn't quite catch your go mode after that loot?
Yeah, I had missed it. I had the Oxyel, so I could have completely skipped doing Ordeals, obviously, so... Yeah, that was kind of made me feel a little crummy, but that is what it is. It all worked out in the end, so I don't worry too much about it. But that's not the first time I've done that either. I don't know. I just kind of lose track of the items I have, and I was just going through my head trying to figure out, and like, something wasn't adding up. I'm like, did I open up the bottle or something like that? It just wasn't really adding up in my head, like the number of locations that were left and number of items out there. So eventually I just looked at my inventory when I was on my way to the waterfall, and I see the Oxyel there, and it's like, oh crap.
Yeah, at that point when you kind of double backed from the entrance of Waterfall, I knew that you had probably forgotten that you hit go mode after figuring out where the loot was. But it was pretty fun. You routed it really well. I mean, aside from going to Ordeals on accident, you really didn't do any dungeons you didn't have to do, and all of it just kind of fell into place really quickly.
Yeah, you're kind of limited, I guess, unless you decide to go do Earth or something like that randomly, like before Sky, I guess. But I mean, with it being Air Week, I kind of felt like Sky was the place to go, and I had some decent levels that I kind of picked up along the way from just kind of taking every fight with Nuke, more or less, which was nice. I would have liked to have gotten the Black Belt a little higher level, but that didn't really work out. I was hoping to kind of grind him up to 42 ideally, and then once it came down to it, I'm like, all right, let's just try to take as many fights as I can in Topher and try to get him up to 32. And I probably would have if he hadn't died on my first attempt on that very last fight against the vampires. That probably would have just done it. But
Yep.
who knows what that might have done against Chaos the
Yeah.
first time. That might have just been enough. Because, I mean, 4 extra hits and an extra couple attack power might have been enough. I don't know.
That's what I was about to bring up. I think it would have, honestly, if you would have, your black belt would have made it through that vampire fight, you probably would have hit 32 after that fight, and then I think you probably would have had no problem taking Chaos that time, which is unfortunate that it worked out that way, but it did work in your favor. That Greggly was pretty far behind you most race. He had a lot of technical difficulties still figuring out how to work. His movement was kind of all over the place and things. So he ended up being about 2 orb dungeons behind you when you went into Topher, and he was actually lower level across the board. He was like 21 or so.
That's too bad. Yeah, there was a couple of decent tiles that were kind of alright for kind of AoE grinding, but nothing I could really find that would really be good just to grind a black belt on up there. I've usually just been doing the fighter instead of the black belt. I decided to switch it up this week, try something a little different, and it felt alright, other than the fact I couldn't really find a good place to get him leveled up really nicely.
Yeah, I mean, Greggly showed us even more tiles than you checked. He checked the Earth ones that you ran by. He checked some of the Sea ones on Kraken's side, and even there was nothing worth sitting down and grinding that. It was the Wiz Vamps that you found deep in Ice Cave were the best thing we saw all seed. He did find 6 Gerberdusas, but Gerberdusas had crack first skill, so you're kind of count your blessings you didn't see those on the Lich floor of Temple of Fiends.
Yeah, speaking of List 4, what did you think about that run you had on your first dive through where you saw 0 encounters the entire way?
Yeah, in general, the whole encounter table was kind of weird on this one. Most of it was kind of front-loaded, I guess, so there was that long run. So you ended up getting a couple long runs there. I think I ended up getting it through water the second time as well, which was pretty sweet. So, yeah, in general, it just kind of worked out nicely, I guess, a couple times. One way or another, you were going to get a long run somewhere, I guess, going through Topher.
Yeah, and I think it looked like on your second dive that long run kind of kicked in on the Sea Shrine floor, the water floor, most of the way through. So yeah, it was a nice break because in Topher it seemed like every floor just about had annoying unrunnable encounters you had to blow your spell charges on to get through.
Yeah, I was just trying to kind of aim to kind of have more or less just the number of spell charges I needed to get me through there just towards the end, and then just kind of rely on my black belt for chaos was kind of the plan mostly. I mean, with level 1 nuke, that's a lot of charges to blow through, so you can be pretty liberal with them in general in that situation.
Yeah, that was the nice thing about the seed, is giving you lots of charges of those nukes and Fade at level 2.
Yeah, I think the only flaw to your plan there was Chaos decided he didn't want to cooperate and had a pretty beefy amount of defense, it looked like, or absorb rather.
Mhm.
And even Tiamat the second time, I got kind of lucky there. I guess that I went and class changed as well, because he went right for my black belt and one-shot him before I could do anything. And thankfully, I had the katana on my ninja at that point in time, and he could do some decent damage just by fasting him up at that point in time. That might have been a little different had I not gone in class change, but I figured I could get the class change. I figured Temper would have been available at 7 or 8, so I hoped that it wasn't over at Lafane, and luckily it wasn't.
Yeah, I think overall it was a good ran seed by you. Just kind of, you really did time out your walking grind through Topher to work for your black belt really well. It was just unfortunate on that first dive about the vampires. But I think I have all my comments and questions covered. Dale, you got any more?
No, I think that's about all I had. We pretty much covered everything.
Cool. All right, let's go to final thoughts. Well, saltyphry, how'd you got anything or the tournament so far? Or any people in the next rounds of pickings you might be looking forward or not looking forward to getting?
It's a little early to see who's going to be 3-1 now, since it's still the beginning of the week, so we'll have to wait and see who gets there. And I'm always about finding people that I've played before, so if people want to have rematches, that's always a nice kind of twist to something. So someone who I've played before in one of the previous tournaments would be nice, but we'll see what happens. We'll see who ends up there, and whatever it is what it is at this point in time. Just
Cool. Well
hope
said.
pray to the RNG gods more or less, and hope for the best.
Yeah, I mean, that's all you can do in the randomizer, right? Hope that RNG is on your side. So yeah, that kind of covers it. I appreciate Ale Markin, who was our tracker and jumped in mid-race to jump into the comms booth with me because our original comms, Edgeworth, had some internet issues he couldn't quite get resolved. So thanks, Ale, for jumping in here.
Yeah, absolutely.
And on that point, let me pull up the calendar real quick. I'll give you guys a little heads up. We do have a few more races going on today. We have at 6 o'clock, Sho Fukamachi versus Zenobian. That'll be on Randomania 1. At 7:30, Jay Coper versus Chaos Subaru on Speed Gaming 3. And at, what is this? 11 o'clock, late one, J-Lo 7 versus Ragnarok 784. So that's the rest of the races we have today. Those times all being Eastern Standard Time. So make sure you check those out if you're looking for more Final Fantasy Randomizer. Otherwise, on behalf of the community and the tournament, thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys had a good time, and I hope to see you guys in the races to come. Have a good day, everybody.